Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This little G400cc engine, I put it together. It came to me in a box, and I put it together and tried to determine what parts I still needed to order because there were a few missing. So I've never worked on one of these Kawasaki engines before, but I figured I could handle it somehow. So I started putting things together and found parts that were missing and ordered them and put them on and found that I was missing more parts. And I did that about 3 or 4 times and ended up with the engine together. Now, after I got it together, I started looking around and I realized that the rod had too much play, mostly side to side. And so the thrust bearings are probably worn out on the crankshaft. And when you order for this, you need to order a kit, and the kit contains a new rod, a new crankshaft, I don't know what you call it, the rod that goes in the crankshaft that the piston rides on, and you get 2 new thrust washers, and you get the little roller bearing that goes inside the bottom of the rod. So I ordered that, and then I questioned whether it was possible to do that without a press. And not only do you need a press, you really need a pretty good setup to check that it's trued once you've replaced that rod. So I was talking with another person who works on these things, a guy named Dale Swieger up in Montana, and he said, well, if you want, just send it to me and I'll take care of it for you. And I said, wow, what a great deal. And I said, here I am sitting in Illinois, and I got a son out in Oregon, and actually I got a son in Chicago who's going to be in Oregon. So I think I'll just plan me a trip and stop off in Montana on the way. I might even go up and see the, what do you call it? I hate that one. I can't remember words anymore. But anyway, the big Glacier National Park. Yeah, that's it. When you're old like me, sometimes a word just won't come out. So anyway, I think I'm going to head up that way in next week probably, and I'll stop off and see Dale, and we'll see if we can't get this new rod and bearings and thrust washers and so on installed in this crankshaft. I've watched him do it. So I won't show that part, but he has a video out there on YouTube. So he goes through it, and it's really quite informative, and it shows me that I have nary the skills to do this job. So that's where I stand. I'm taking the engine apart. I'll show you that in case you ever have one that you want to take apart, and I'll show you how to do that. So here we go. And here's the engine out of that. I had to try and put this together, never having taken one like this apart. It was quite an experience. But then once I got it apart, I realized, I don't know if I can show you here or if I'm going to have to, I guess I did have I got 3 of the head nuts. But anyway, I wiggled the rod a little bit, and it's obvious that the bottom bearing is worn out, and I'm hoping that the crankshaft isn't damaged. So, anyway, that's what we're going to be working on. We're going to tear this apart. I put it all together, and then I realized that rod bearing had to go. So now I got to tear it all apart again, split the cases, take the crankshaft out, and get that fixed. I've got the parts already. All right, the first thing I took off was this cover over the 2-speed thingy here. So we got that off. All right, I think I got it here. This comes out first. And then this comes out. And then this comes out. That should have been back in there further, I guess. I don't know how it goes in. Maybe not. See, what happens is these ball bearings back here, I don't know if you can see those ball bearings in there. Well, this thing, when it's pulled out in one position, it pushes those ball bearings out. Well, those ball bearings match up with these indentations in the inside of this, therefore locking this gear into the shaft. And when that's locked into the shaft, that means that this gear mates with this gear, and you're locked into what, low gear? So we got that out, we got that out, and I don't know if we can, I think we have to get that gear out there before we can actually take this cover off. So I don't know if it pulls out or if something holds it, but it doesn't want to come. I don't see anything holding it on there. This doesn't come out. Maybe it slides over. Aha! There it comes. So that's on there. Then there's apparently an oil seal back in there, which none of us can see because we don't have any light. But, so I think this cover should now come right off. And all the screws are in it, in place. And then we have the sprocket, which is not in great shape, but they're almost impossible to get a hold of. And it will work, I think. So, that part's out. We'll need to... Well, let's see what else we can... I don't think we need to take any more of the transmission out. Okay. We'll take this cover. I decided to do this first because I gotta run up to my other shop and get the sockets to take the head off. Put those screws back in there. Set that in there. Now we have to take this off. Well, let's take this cover off first. I should just go and get my little impact driver. But I'm lazy. It's about lunchtime anyway, so I'll go up and grab me a sandwich. And all right, let's see if we can get these out. Do I need to take that off? Yep, there's two in there in the back. You see one up there and one there. So let's get them out. I'm not good working with one hand and holding the camera with the other. Actually, I'm probably not real good working with two hands, but I do my best. Come on, quit shaking. All right. We quit shaking. Well, we didn't quit shaking, but oh, that one came all the way out. All right. We're going to not worry about it. Right now, let's see if it'll come apart. It's trying to, but this one up here, it's not fully released. Try again. We got another one that's not fully released, it feels like. And I think it's this one up in here. How about now? Not sure what it's hanging up on, but I'm thinking it might be the kickstart. Let's see if we can leverage that out of there. All right, that's out. Boy, I need to clean my bench here, don't I? All right. Next step is going to be probably I'm going to have to go have some lunch. Then I can start taking some of this apart. I'll have to take the clutch off. Have to take the rotary valve off and the gears. I'll have to take the flywheel off, stator underneath, and then I'll have to take these screws out and get this sucker apart. And wouldn't you know, when I put it together, I used that real good stuff called Bond. So, hopefully I can get it apart after lunch. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go back on tearing this little G4TR engine apart, this 100cc Kawasaki, and try and get the crank out of it. So I got the impact wrench out here. I got my glasses, my reading glasses, and I got some sockets. So let's see what size we need here. I'm going to first take the head off. So those guys in there look like, oh, they look like 14s actually, maybe bigger. But no, that was a good guess. So I think we'll load up our 14 on our little DeWalt and see if we can get those off. Yep, you can. They're not even tight. Could have probably taken them off of my fingers. My fingers weren't so fat and difficult to get down in those little spaces. So we should be able to pull the head right off now. Well, come on, you. You can do this. I think I got them all loose. I do. I think those head bolts or studs are a little crooked sticking up there. Wow. I think that takes care of it. Let's put that over there. Okay. Now the cylinder has to come off. I'm going to go through the same struggle with that, it looks like. You can see here, let's see. Yeah, they're not all nice and even. I should probably... Let's see. Maybe it'll come off now. I put that piston in there, and I shouldn't have. The piston is out of the cylinder, but those studs just don't want to let go. But I'll get it. I'm going to set you down, and I'll be back. All right, so we got the cylinder off. This is a brand new base gasket. Put that over there. Now, we need to get the little wire clips out of the piston. See if I can show you here. I think maybe I was wrong. There's just not a lot of play in that thing. I thought there was. There's side-to-side play. Quite a bit. So it's not real bad. I didn't put the rings on at least. That way I won't have to worry about breaking them, taking them off. All right, next thing we need to do is get the clutch out of the way because we got to take this off. And that clutch is going to be in the way. And that has a little circlip on it. So we're going to need to go get the circlip pliers. All right, I need to turn this guy over on its side so I can see down in there. This little thing fell off here. It should be on the clutch here, right here. That's where that fits. That's what the clutch lever pushes on when you pull the clutch handle. Did you see that, or did I have it pointed in the wrong direction? That's what it is. It was laying on the bench in the back there, and I'd probably lose it. We'll set it over here. All right, let's turn this light on. Let's turn this up, and hopefully down in there you can see the circlip around the clutch shaft. Is it going to stay there? Probably not. Need to do some propping here. So I need a couple hands. There we go. I think that'll do it. Now let's see if we can spear that guy.
Huh. That one didn't. I need to see what I can do here with some different ones. Well, if I'd quit shaking, I'd probably do better. I don't know, but I got it. All right. Now, this clutch should just pull right off of there. All right, underneath the clutch we have this spring, and I believe there's a thrust washer under there. I might just leave those. No, I can't. I'll put them with the clutch because they'll get lost. And we don't want to lose things. See if this has an upside and a downside. There is a little groove that's cut into the center of it, it looks like, where the clutch rides on it, on that side. And that's the downside. That's the upside. All right, I'm doing this video mostly for me. Okay, now we need to take all these out. Oh, we need to first take this off. What size is that going to be? I got a 19 here, and that's it. All right, so let me get that off. Well, get the 14 back. Is it a 14? Yep. And we got that off. Let's try not to lose it. Put it over here. That has a lock washer on it that has a little dip in it. You can see, let me point to it, right there, that locks in. So we need to take that off. And then this should pull right off. Well, there it goes. And this, I believe, that hole goes to the outside. There is a Woodruff key in there. You can see over here. I'll take that out. Put that over here. Okay, now we're ready for these screws. And then we should be able to take the rotary valve off. So, let's see what we can do here. How tight are they? Oh, well, I can't do it one-handed. So, I don't know for sure, but I think so. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go get me a bit. Oh, wait. I just happen to have up here a JIS bit that may not fit. No, that's too sloppy. These were special metric screws I ordered. The head is bigger than the original, but it comes in most of the lengths I need for this. Let me get this down just a little bit more. And I'll be back.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this one off right here. And then I'll come back and I'll do a second one because it's getting to be up there 21 minutes or something like that. Probably closer to 25 with all my talking here. And so I'll come back and finish it up on another video. And you can see me actually try and get the crankshaft and piston rod and everything out of it. So until then, this is the old guy signing off. Please like and subscribe. It'll help me out.